Hi everyone, this is Barb with Lost and Floss. First off, I'd like to thank all my new subscribers. Video 98 of Lost and Floss, which showed all my Christmas and winter finishes over the years, brought a lot of new people my way. So I thank you for subscribing and liking that video. And I think I have more exciting things for you today as well. So it's Saturday, November 25th, 2023. It's 2 days after Thanksgiving, and I'm full stream, as you can see, Christmas decorating mode because I did not have Thanksgiving at my house. So that allows me to get a lot of my stuff up earlier. So that's pretty exciting. I have 2 of the 3 trees up. The third one is mostly up. Just, I always am amazed at how many ornaments I have. The one year, and this was before my kids left home with all of theirs, because they all had a nice collection once they moved out, but I know I had at least a couple thousand that went on my tree. So I don't count anymore. It helps that I now have my Prairie Schooler tree, which also contains some of my more vintagey looking Santa ornaments. And, I really should just go through and weed out some of the old ornaments that don't speak to me anymore. But I always kid that when I open up the boxes, I say, "Hello, old friends," just in that sort of voice. But anyways, okay, we're getting really off track. New to my channel, Lost and Floss. It's primarily about cross stitch, but I've also started dabbling in some wool applique, and very new to the quilting world. So I need to continue my efforts with that. But I think a lot of us, we do what we can do the quickest, and so that's not always, to take the time to learn a new skill or hobby. It is challenging. But anyways, I want to thank so many of you who watched video 98, which was my Christmas winter finishes over the years. And I just want to repeat that most of my things I finish myself, and if I can do it, so can you. There's a lot of good tutorials out there, whether it be Vanna's or someone else's, and you can do it. You just have to practice. So, and some people, I'm getting better at finishing as I go, which was not my choice way to do it when I first got back to cross stitching, but now I like to see the results of what I can turn my stitching into, like sooner rather than later. And plus, it's not so overwhelming when you don't have like tons and tons and tons and tons of things to show. So, okay, in my last video, it was just a parade of all the finishes. And I realized there were 2 of them that I knew I was missing. Well, one I knew I was missing. This one, it's Plum Street Samplers, I believe. And I think it was supposed to be some words in it, and I just decided to leave those off. I love everything about this. It is pretty stitch dense, which I didn't realize when I started it, but the colors, and I did just like a fake faux reptile-y fabric on the back. But I love this because I can leave it up like for Christmas and yet into winter. So if you need more specifics on the pattern, please ask. I was able to identify most of the ones that people asked about from my last video. And, you know, like, I think we all get in a run of finishing things the same way. So I hope by some of the things I showed in video 98, Lost in Floss, that you're inspired to try something different other than stick it in a frame or just make a plain little pillow or whatever. So this is another one that I forgot. It's kind of hard to see. I think this was like candy canes something. And Kathy from To Die House, hi Kathy, gifted me this lovely kit. And I found this hanger at a little quilt shop, and right away I knew that this would be perfect for it. So I just tacked it on the back and made like a little, made a little wall hanging out of it. It looks like this even has a magnet on it. So like if you had something metal, you could stick it to it, but stick it to it. But anyways, yeah, so those were the two. And actually there's one more upstairs. It's more of a winter, and I'm not going to get it this time because I'm thinking of changing the finish on it. So maybe if I do that, I'll show you at that point. So I have like quite a few finishes. I think I should call this pillow fight because primarily pillows, one flat fold. But something I'm debating on, and I'll show you, and you tell me what you think. I have to cut a piece of mat board, but I had found this lamp, and I don't even mind that scene, but I don't really need the rooster. But I'm really thinking of, like, at least I'm going to cut a piece of mat board and see size-wise how this fits. But I thought, you know, this wouldn't be on a lamp I'd use nonstop. So I'm thinking it might be cute in there. Let me know what your thoughts are. Had additional fun things going on since I last recorded. Annie Bees and her daughters, Chelsea and Belle, went to Country Sampler for a couple days to celebrate Annie's 60th birthday. Oh, sorry. Let's zip that out. To celebrate a special birthday of Annie's, and invited our stitch group, whoever was available, to come up, and plus a couple other people who could come up and visit Country Sampler, decorated for Christmas, and also stitch for the day. I really debated whether I should go, and then it kind of was broken down into two groups. So one group went one day and one group went the other. And I thought, well, I don't have to drive. And the thought of like having stitching time really did appeal to me. Because like when you're home, you a lot of times are throwing laundry in, or there's other things that need to be done. And I knew if I went, I would have dedicated time. The other thing is, because I had spent so much time in the shop, not too long before that, 2 weeks before maybe, I knew there was nothing that I had to have. And so it just made for an easier shopping experience. I just kind of quickly went through. Well, I don't know. I always seem to manage to take my time and look things over well. But I think I bought a set of like vintagey looking bells on a string because everybody was buying them. And then what else? Just some floss. So I think it was probably by far the cheapest I ever got out of Country Sampler. But that wasn't even the exciting part. All of a sudden I heard someone say, Alma is here, Alma is here. And I look around, and who is it but Alma, Blackbird Designs. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I just never expected to be able to meet her. So that was just awesome. And I think it was Lisa asked if she would take a picture with us rather than us trying to like photobomb her. But she was just like the nicest. And even later on, we were both at the Floss area, and you know, she was just like chit-chatting like a normal stitcher would. So that was really awesome. I mean, I felt like bucket list item checked off, and just random. Like it made me feel like there were divine powers that put her there on the day I was there. Call me wacky, but yeah, I just get a shiver just even thinking about it. So that was awesome. We ended up like staying a lot later than I thought, and I only stitched on one project the whole day. So that was pretty awesome because I got a lot done, and that is not like me, just to stay with one thing a whole day. So that was pretty exciting. Let's see. And then the other, so I really don't have much to show from that day. But the other thing I did, and I will throw some pictures from this day at the end. Anne, who was a good friend of Leanne's, they did quilting together and lived close by, and she was a very dear friend. The last couple years since we lost Leanne, Anne and I have gone to Country Sampler right after the Christmas open house. And so this year I asked her if she'd like to go to Primitive Gatherings instead, because then it turned out I had gone to Country Sampler even a second time, and I've never been to Primitive Gatherings, and it was on my another bucket list item. And so she said yes, because she had been neither place that year. So we got there, and you have this preconceived notion of what things are going to be like, but oh my gosh, I came home with some stuff. And then the other thing we did was you could pay, I don't know, it was $5, and next door in the retreat center they had red, green, and white quilts that people had entered, and they were displayed in this huge room. Oh my gosh, I don't know how long we ended up spending looking at those, and it was so fun to go with someone who was knowledgeable, because like any questions I had about the quilts, Anne could answer, and you know, it was a very, very nice day. And so then we went out to lunch, and she got home right when she needed to. I kind of felt bad because I didn't think it was going to be as long a day as when we went to Country Sampler, but that was not the case. But did anybody want to see what I got? So I bought this 2-gallon crock, and I know this is more summery, but Anne assured me that I should be able to do this. So I'm like, okay, I'm going for it. And then this one, they had the pillow done, and it was so sweet. So unfortunately, no kit, but you know, I probably have a lot of the stuff around that I can make. I got a fat quarter of just this herringbone flannel. I thought that would be good background fabric. These were adorable. Baker's Dozen Holiday Ornies. They had these made up. The only thing is they call for like a 2.5-inch half ball covered button, which unless you have a wholesale price on them, they seem very pricey. So I might try to make them without and figure out something just to save. And then I got some triangle papers, so I can try that. I don't know where the picture of the gingerbread man are, but I got gingerbread man. And then stack of greens. Really pretty colors. They do have some cross stitch stuff there. So I got this piece of 36 count sanguine. And I thought that would be pretty to do some like Valentine stitching on. Just a really, really soft color. And then odds and ends. And this I want to make some of the gingerbread guys out of. They had them out of wool, which I think I'll use this one too. I thought, well, here, let me show you all together. So some are flannel, some are wool. But the flannel is kind of like toasty, but I think that'll be cute. And, you know, it's always nice to have a nice weight flannel, even for something else. And also got this plaid, because you can't, you know, this side is maybe what I'd use. You can't pass up like a good plaid. Let's move on to, okay, I've been stitching on a lot of Christmas and some of it I've gotten done. But this is one that I haven't, but now I'm really kind of motivated to, I don't think I'll get it done this year, but Christmas in My Heart, 1843, by Samplers Not Forgotten. When I saw this again at Country Sampler, I'm like, oh, now I know why I'm stitching this. And I think I had to tear something out because I was really far off and I couldn't make it work. But I am, you know, 2 sets of shutters and a roof. Nothing wrong with that. And the wreath. So I really, when you look at it, like trees are fast because a lot of times they have spaces in between. So I'm going to go to town on this, and I don't know. Maybe I'll get it done. Maybe I won't. But the other thing I know for sure I'm going to get done is Wonderful Life Pin Keep Drum by Stacy Nash. I love this one so much. I'm stitching it on 36 count Lakeside Vintage Light Exemplar. And I really thought I could almost get it done last night, and then I was falling asleep. So I'm like, maybe you should just go to bed. Got things to do. So I just have some snowflakes. Get up so you can see it better. I ended up doing some of the snowflakes 2/2 with a white just because they were not showing up at all. So I can't wait to get this one done. And I have 2 choices because they didn't have anything close to what they had in the picture, but either like a green and white check for the top, or I kind of like this one. So you'll be surprised when I get it done and show it. I also have my Christmas garden piece getting framed, and I think hopefully next week. So what I'm anticipating is perhaps doing a video with you know, kind of my little vignettes of how I've decorated things. And then I probably should have that drum done and Christmas garden, and it's going to be video 100, which is really pretty special. So I'm not sure if we'll have a party or what we'll do, but we might celebrate that one after the new year, but we'll see. Okay, and then, see, I have all this stuff on my dining room table. So I worked on this little wool piece that I bought at the Woolen Needle in Iowa when I was in Amana. We took a trip there, and it's this box is really cute. Like it has a slider. So I don't know what I'll put in there, but I love it. I think it's really cute. Oops. I'm envisioning it goes like this. So a couple of us bought it, and I hope the others have finished theirs as well. Let's see here. Okay. I'm working on getting my Prairie Schooler Santas. I have 3 completed for 2023. Working on getting that done. I haven't worked anymore on the gingerbread mittens. Well, and it's just one mitten. This color is so bright, but a little baking gingerbread. So perhaps I'll get back to that once I finish the drum and get moving on that. I can't remember if I showed you this FO. It's Prairie Schooler Dear Santa 2006 limited edition. And I finished it or stitched it on 28 count raw linen. Oh, no, never mind. That's the first one I stitched. This is the new one. So what I'm envisioning is having 4, and so this will be 2. And I thought this year I'm gonna get or make frames. This one, I think I might still stitch the windows white. It's not called for, but I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, are you ready for it? Here comes the pillow fight. Well, I guess maybe we'll do the non-pillow finish first. This was a freebie from Pinkernpunkinquilting. She has a blog, and she does a ton of free charts, and they're really, really cute. Well, I have a couple Santa mugs, vintage ones, and so I have those on top of the microwave, but then on the counter beneath that, I have just a little area where I have some things arranged, and so that's where I have this. I made cording. I didn't make cording for around the stitch piece itself because I thought that would maybe just get a little too busy, but I'm happy to have this done, and it will be fun to have it displayed this year. Okay, now here comes the pillows. Pillow fight! So these are Waxy Moon Designs. I believe this is the winter series. I kind of lagged on these because I wasn't happy with how my snow was showing, or my snow and snowflakes and wind and whatever was showing up. But then I decided to paint around the flosses with walnut shells, liquid, and At that point, I just loved them. So I just finished it with some pom-pom and like a dark navy and charcoal-y flannel check on the back. So there's that one. Here's the winter one. Same back. And the last one is the snowy one. This is my favorite. I love the color of the house and the cardinals and little snowman down there. So I'm very pleased to have those done because those have been with me for quite a while. And it's just nice to have them complete. All right. Well, I just don't even know what to show you first. Well, I'm going to show you this one. It's a piece of Leanne's that I completed. And it's the Blue Santa. And I was just looking back at the post she had on Instagram. It just kind of still blows my mind that she started this and wasn't here to complete it, but I got her done. And it's a ginormous pillow. This is Brenda Gervais. Look at that Santa, that blue gray. I just loved it. And sorry, Lisa, but I used some chenille trim. I know Lisa does not like the chenille look, but I found this beautiful, not Christmassy, but blue print that I think just does wonders for it. And he's so cute. And I did the 1/1. So now this is 28 count and it was 10 stitched. But Leanne did that and I did the bottom. And it was funny because I was working on this at Stitch Group and then Vicki told me that she had promised Leanne she would do the stitching. And I had already started on it and knew I could do it. And but I said to her, well, if you wanted to do it, be my guest. But she chose not to. But I think Leanne wanted to make sure that it got done, and maybe she thought I'd be intimidated, and perhaps 4 years ago I would have been, but I just think it's one of the cutest. This is a JBW design, and I can't remember what it's called, but if you need to know, but I think I did it on parchment with Turkish red by Weeks Floss. And I did a two fabric surround. And I really thought I was looking for this fabric. I thought I had enough to use as my pillow backing, but I could not find it. So then in my stash I had this, which I wasn't sure how I was going to like it, but now that I have it on, it's kind of fun that it's not matchy. And this is another sturdy pillow. And finally, this is an Artful Offerings. It still has some sawdust on it. We'll get it all tidied up for you. But I don't know what this is even called, but I love it. I stitched it on this like distressed, yucky looking fabric. And I was almost tempted to age further because I think Country Samplers was really pretty walnut shelled, but I decided not to. So I just wanted to mimic the look of the stripe going across, and so did this. And my back is not perfect because of how I wanted it to fall in the front, but I figured it really doesn't matter. And the other thing is I could then hide my slash where I stuffed it from underneath the ribbon. So I love it. Hope you do too. So that brings me to the end of what I have to show. I guess we had Thanksgiving thrown in there with the Packer win. Woohoo! Sorry, Detroit, but it made up for the game I went to with my brother, a Thursday night game. Detroit kicked our butts. I swear at least a third of the tickets, Packer fans sold their tickets to Lions people. So there was a lot of that in the crowd. And then the ride home was like awful. I mean, the traffic was awful. And I think we got back at like 2:30 in the morning. The only thing good about it was my brother and Nick stayed up and chatted with me. So, it was nice from that respect, spending time with them. But, yeah, so thrilled that we got a victory because was not expecting that at all. And then later on, my sister had dinner for those of us that were in town. It was a small group. I think it was 20. I laugh when people talk about having 6 because it's like, it doesn't seem worth it to go through all that work. But in our family, we all bring something. So I made sweet potatoes without marshmallow, yuck. And then just roasted some broccoli, and I brought the beer. And then, everybody else brought stuff. In fact, I'll put a picture of the table because it was like, holy cow, like we have way too many categories of things, but decorating, trying to keep this somewhat short and sweet. And maybe I'll do a late night video just for old time's sake and just show you how I've arranged things around my house. And a lot of times I do it kind of similar, or at least certain things go in certain rooms, but this year I just was kind of like started like especially putting things up here or whatever. And so it's kind of fun, but it's the year of the lights that don't work. So I have a swag I did for on my mantle, and sorry for the creaking of the chair. I probably am sitting on the one that needs to be glued yet again. So with moving around, I have been hearing it go. Anyways, my mantle swag, the lights didn't work. The wreath I put outside, the lights didn't work. The icicle lights I hang over my big picture window, lights didn't work. It's like, oh, come on. Like, why is it that some years are like that? But I tend to buy just, clear white lights when they're on sale. So I was able to rectify a lot of that. And so, yeah, I want my husband to build me something for my village to get it off the lower level. And I'm thinking hopefully it'll fit into this little corner area in the dining room here. I'd like to just kind of tuck it in so that it's more out of the way. And I think that's always the challenge. It's like where to put it without having it really get in the way. We're having a couple sets of company, and so you like to be able to move around the room without like getting attacked by Christmas decorations. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't think I have anything else for you. Oh, I think I did see the dog, Tucker, the dog that I mistook for my grand dog, and walking with his owner, and I don't think I know her, thank goodness. So, but I'm like, oh, I have no idea where that person lives. So maybe one of these times I'll see her walking him closer to her house. So I had lots of comments on people with that story. I hope not to replicate that anytime soon. This week, I'm trying to think, we just have a Christmas party Friday night. Thursday, I'm getting together with my sister and sister-in-law and my daughter at my daughter's house. We're gonna bake cookies for the troops. My sister-in-law has been doing this for, I think, a couple years. And last year she was just talking about how, it was hard to get it all done. And we were like, well, it'd be a fun day to just get together. We might, some of us might make some batches of dough ahead just to keep the process moving. And then I have a baby shower for one of my friend's daughters who's expecting her first baby. So I got to remember I ordered the gift like a long time ago. I think even before we went to Boston. So I need to find that upstairs somewhere. And I'm just going to keep tidying up here and keep working on some other finishes, so that we can just keep this well-oiled machine running smoothly this Christmas season. So haven't done a bit of shopping yet, but I feel like, how shopping is nowadays, it's so much easier to do Christmas shopping than years gone by. So everyone's supposed to be getting their list together, and we'll see if that happens or not. But in the meantime, I hope you all had a lovely Thanksgiving and are embracing whatever season coming up you celebrate. And please continue to fill the world with love and enjoy some of the snippets from both Country Sampler and Primitive Gatherings. I'm like, how lucky am I that I live within a couple of hours of these places, because they are awesome. But I'm sure there's awesome places all over, right? So I hope you all have a good week, and maybe you'll see me again soon. Bye. Oh, did I say continue to fill the world with love? Because if I didn't, then I really need to add it. So have a good week.
This is it.
You think we've seen it? This is it.